Hey there, and welcome to my premiere episode of Czech Talk Live. The noise you probably heard was, well, it notifying me about it. And if you're having trouble hearing, please let me know, that way I can correct it as soon as possible, but the audio should be good. So normally I would be doing Czech Talk Live episodes only on Saturdays, but today is not going to be a Saturday because actually I still would do this coming Saturday, but this video I've been meaning to do for about a month. I had it audio recorded and all that, but I didn't get to it just now. And I'm also showing you a pretty cool image where things are inside of everything too, and it keeps on getting smaller and smaller. But that's just a cool little thing that occurred by accident. But actually I wanted to talk about, in case you haven't read the description, that Netflix's list of most rewatched Star Trek episodes. So this list was actually put out by a couple things. I initially saw it on it's a web page called Heroes and Icons. It's associated with MeTV, which is associated with you, which are local TV stations to my area, though some of them are more national. But I kind of wanted to talk about it, so I saw it, so I read its article. Didn't give the exact numbers, which I would love to see. It led me to a Nerdist article talking about it, which included the infographic that Netflix also had. No, wait, this is Nerdist, this is Netflix. This is Nerdist, which has a meme and the infographic. Netflix is the first one I showed you, which also had the infographic. The Star Trek website also released it as well, so there was a number of them, but yeah. So let's look at the Netflix's one because, well, they're the one who released it, so we should be looking at their report on it in a sense. Which Netflix is also gives onto details on how they got this data. So yeah, so I may not go into it, but talk about how many, basically their sample size, which actually in their case is a parameter because they have access to the entire population. They have how many hours, how many days people watch Star Trek. And one interesting thing to note is that their data reveals that Voyager has the most revisited episode in the universe, and actually has most of them. Most of them on this top 10 list, I should say. Which was the final episode where they finally got home. Which does actually make sense. But yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of interest to talk about, lots of the stuff. They even have their methodology. And though they define rewatch as watching at least 6 minutes of an episode they have previously completed, I probably would have bumped it up to like 15 minutes, or one quarter of the episode had to be rewatched, but so yeah. So most of them, in fact, all of them are Next Generation era. So they're either Voyager or Next Generation. But though for this image, let's actually look at at StarTrek.com's article on it, which goes in from least to most. So yeah, all these articles actually will be linked in the description of this video as well. So as you can see, I'm adding one as of right now. I'm adding the Nerdist one. I'll put Netflix's on top because, well, that one should be on top since it is Netflix's list after all. But I'm gonna put StarTrek.com under that, but before the Nerdist. And since I lost the link to the initial article that I saw it on, I unfortunately won't be able to link it. But so yeah, I got the link still, so you can go read all this on your own. But let's go back to the Star Trek top 10 list. So the one thing I did like about the Heroes and Icons one is that sorry, is that it included some descriptions of the episodes. But number 10 is Next Generation Clues, which I honestly don't remember that episode at all. Uh, that's the main reason why I kind of like the Heroes and Icons one. Actually, I could probably search again. So actually, I might do that as well. But while I don't, so the number 9 is Voyager Time Again. And actually, I watched that episode not that long ago. Actually, I'm just putting here the icons on to hopefully be able to get it. Okay, well there's its Wikipedia article. There's that. Uh, hmm, I think it's. I think that's how it does. I honestly don't remember for sure. And I probably won't ever be able to find it again. But yeah, so number 9, Voyager Time Again, which deals with the effects of time travel and cause and effect, how effect can precede cause and all that crazy time travel stuff. Voyager actually is probably one of the most time travel heavy one with Star Trek series besides Enterprise. But time again, I know I enjoyed that episode. Next Generation Q, second appearance of Q, which I actually watched. I think it was that. If it wasn't Wednesday night, it was Monday night. So really, not that long ago. Deals with the Borg and Q. And actually, Clues I think might have had to do with Borg or Q as well. It's that. Actually, I think I might have watched that one not long ago. But yeah, what I noticed about a lot of these is a lot of them had something to do with the Borg. So yeah, but Q here, I think if I remember correctly, judging also by their uniform, second is when they first meet the Borg, and I know I watched that episode not that long ago. But number 7 is Voyager's Dark Frontier Part 1 and 2, which is where Voyager liberates 7 and 9 from the Borg Collective, the introduction of species H472, and all that stuff. So yeah, the temporary alliance is a Borg, which is just crazy. And then of course number 6 is Dark Frontier's that just kind of finishes that storyline, the GIF, which is where which shows a lot of 7-9s being process of being deborged, unassimilated, that kind of thing. Some adjustment, which there's still a lot of adjustments. 5 is Voyager Scorpion Part 2, and 4 is Voyager Scorpion Part 1. No, wait, Scorpion is where they meet 7-9. Dark Frontier is a later encounter they have at the book. So everything I said about Dark Frontier actually applied to Scorpion. Was this, let's see, oh, I've actually forgot what Dark Frontier is, sorry about that, but everything I had said about that was actually should have been Scorpion, which was where they made the alliances of Borg and they did 7-9 from the Borg and then the gift followed up with it. Kinda makes sense. The first part, the second part, and what's practically the third part on the list. But number 3 is Next Generation Best of Both Worlds Part 2, and number 2 is Best of Both Worlds Part 1. Again, another Borg-centric episode. Apparently, us Star Trek fans really like rewatching Vogue episodes, which does kind of make sense. They're both very good episodes as a whole. So yeah, and then of course number one I can't mention is Endgame parts 1 and 2, which is when Voyager gets back to the the Alpha Quadrant. They finally get home. Isn't that's just kind of crazy when you think about it in some certain way? But so yeah. But it does kind of make sense. Kind of the last of the classic Star Trek. Enterprise, in my opinion, was pretty good. Not the best, but still pretty good. Some people will disagree with me. I do recognize that as a fact. But everyone has different interpretations. Like, maybe part of the reason why I know this is kind of off topic, but it's Trek Talk after all, so we talk Trek. But I think part of the reason why I kind of like Enterprise more than some of the other people is because I also like Star Wars, and there's some more Star Warsy elements in there. But that's the same reason why I don't care for the reboot franchise as much. Maybe because they added too much Star Warsy elements, while Enterprise is like the Star Warsy elements were thrown upon the characters, and they didn't want those elements. And those elements I'm talking about the conflict and stuff, not the force in that. But the more, but so yeah. Well, in the reboot, it seems like they just accept those more Star Warsian elements. Well, in Empire, it's like they accept it, but they accept it begrudgingly. But so yeah, but it talks about something else. Though they do say that the largest audience belongs to the next generation and the original series, but Voyager and DS9 have better repeat customers. Which actually does make sense. So a lot of people go and watch the original series because it's the original, and the next generation because it's, well, the next generation. The other ones sound much more spin-offy. The next generation is a spin-off, but sounds more like a better continuation than DS9, Voyager, or Enterprise. So that does make sense. But Voyager and Deep Space Nine, better repeat customers, there's a reason. They're more story arc driven. You return for one episode, you have to return for multiple ones so you get the entire storyline. It really does make sense when you think about it a lot. But so there you have it. So the Netflix's list of most rewatched Star Trek episodes. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below. What do you think about this phenomena, as I'm going to call it? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below answering the question I posed earlier. Consider following me on social media. Links are in the description. You can read those articles I mentioned on your own. Links are in the description as I mentioned earlier and did during the video, so you should have saw that. And as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Live long and prosper.